Well, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to go to bed here pretty quick. It's like 10 o'clock at night where I am, which for me is getting to be late these days. I have a lot of early mornings. But before I go, I had this thought hit me and I wanted to get it recorded. I've been meaning to do this for a while now. I'm working on a book, and I'm calling the book The Target. And this book is about bullying. And I'm not sure if you've heard of this. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you've probably heard of it. It's called the It Gets Better Project. And it's Dan Savage and a bunch of his buddies put it together. And it's just people talking to people who are gay or LGBTQ or whatever their issues. People with gender identity issues. And they're saying it gets better. Life will get better. And they're talking about bullying. And that's a really important subject. And that's great that they're doing that. But what if you're not gay? What if you don't have gender identity issues? What if you're just a target? It doesn't seem to matter what you do or where you go or who you try to deal with. It just never goes away. It's always there. It always comes back. And especially with social media being the way it is today, it's always there. And I got a very important message for all you kids out there and even the adults. It gets better. It's not just for the gay people and LGBTQ people. It's for all of us. And the person I really wish I could have shared this message with was Amanda Todd. Because I remember at the time that I heard about her death and what had happened there, I kind of cried a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I was really, really, really sad that she died. And the reason she died is because she was tortured by her bullies until she killed herself. And I wish somebody could have told her, anybody, that it gets better. Yeah, it sucks right now, and it's hard right now, and whatever you're going through, and I understand that nobody understands. I get that part. What you don't understand is that this will not last forever. Because nothing this bad can last forever. Now, some of you will watch this and you'll think, what's this guy talking about? And I don't understand any of that, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And if you don't understand this, that's okay. You go ahead and click stop or next or whatever, because I'm not talking to you. But to those of you who have been picked on, to those of you who have been bullied or are in a situation that you just can't seem to get out of, like it just never seems to end. We're not talking about a one-time incident or one bad hair day or whatever your bad moment was. We're talking about like day after day, month after month, week after week, possibly year after year, different schools, different environments, doesn't seem to matter what you change. That target just follows you around and just kind of stays on your back. Especially with social media. Amanda Todd, that was the big thing that killed her, right? Because she changed schools and environments and all that stuff. But it didn't matter because her reputation was digital and it just followed her wherever she went. At any rate, it gets better. That target that's on your back that you're dealing with right now, bad news is it never really goes away. Good news is it gets easier to deal with. And as more people become more mature around you, you have to deal with it a lot less. Even today as an adult, sometimes I still have to deal with people who see that target and they want to zero in on it. They want to make my life miserable. When I was a kid, I didn't have a choice. I had to go to that school. I had to sit at that desk. I had to play in that playground and be in that environment, and I had very few choices in any of that. Now that I'm an adult, I have choices. I have options. I can allow or not allow different things and people and environments into my world. So if someone hones in on my target, which is still there, and it still brings out the bullies, I can deal with that situation or that person or group of people. And I can either remove myself from that situation, or I can remove them from my situation. Because when you're an adult, there's laws in place. There are certain steps around you and in front of you that you can take to limit the amount of abuse you have to put up with. You still have to put up with some things, but it's so much easier. But that's a choice you have to make. It's a choice you get to make when you're an adult. When you're a kid, when you're in elementary school or high school or wherever it is that you're at, you have fewer options, and you just have to get through it. And you can. Because trust me, it gets so much better.